But to bring in Kyle Kuzma, who can stretch the floor, who's a little bit a lot more young than Chris Middleton, I think that was a hell of a trade.
Oh, you know what? I'm kind of indifferent to that trade just for this reason. I don't know if Kyle Kuzma's a winner. I know he won a championship in LA,
Right,
but he's been
right.
on some dog shit teams. And you could create losing habits and get used to losing on dog shit teams
Yeah,
and forget how to win. You know what I mean?
But
yeah.
he kind of looked like that when he was in LA too. Like he didn't really
That's what I'm
give two
saying.
shits.
That's what I'm saying. So he won that. He won a championship. That's why
Hmm.
I started with that. He won a championship, but I'm not sure if he's a winning player.
Yo, what's good? We right back at it. Another straight game episode. What y'all think about Luca and LeBron now after watching them play? They did play the Boo Boo Jazz though, so But what are y'all thoughts on that?
I'll say this to both of y'all. I think that both teams won. At first, I said Dallas. So, and then I
Yeah,
retracted that when I went on FS1 with the Breakfast Ball. And I'll be on there again, but talking basketball. But I recanted it because I said once I started really looking at it, not like in the micro, but in the macro. From a 30, not a microscope, but a 30,000 foot view. I still think that the Lakers, the Mavericks want to trade in the short term, and then the
yeah,
Lakers want to trade in the long term. They got their long
yeah.
term superstar for over 10 years that a guy could ball out. Now AD, when he went out, to his credit, I want to say the motherfucker had 26 and 15 or something like that. So he
Damn.
was he was balling. He was out there killing. And that adductor is tricky, bruh, because I've had that before. I had that right before the finals when we won the championship in '08. I'll never forget. I was in Washington, and it was just like that. It was a non-contact move. It was just I went to like on defense sliding and then turn one way, to go kind of close out. I'm like, damn, what is that? And it's so weird because it's like where your leg meets your the bottom. You know what I mean? The bottom where your bottom of your upper body. It's like where that is, but it's in it. So it's a weird feeling. Like you don't know if it's your groin. You like, damn, is my groin? Is my stomach? You know what I mean? What is that? And then you're gonna be out for that adductor is a little tricky because it's in a spot where your upper body meets your legs, and you don't know if it's your stomach, your groin. You like it's a weird thing. And I would say the best thing for AD right now is that the All-Star break is coming up, right? So they only probably
Yeah,
have 1 or 2 games before the All-Star break. Then you have 10 days after that, and then he'll probably only miss a total of 5, maybe 6 games because they said he'll be out a month. So like 5, 6 games, that's really not like a whole lot. Like if it was at the end of the season, like in March, right, going into the playoffs, that's a different story. So I think that they'll be all right. Again, I believe that both teams won this trade. Lakers got their
yeah.
future star. Dallas has the right now to try to make a push right now. And I didn't think that Luca and LeBron will really mesh like that. And I also thought that their defense, well, we're gonna see when they play these teams, right? The Jazz,
Yeah.
we can't measure them
Jazz
against
don't
the
really count.
Jazz. Yeah, we can't
No,
measure
they
them
boo
against the
boo.
Jazz. But what they can do, we know this, Mike and Ty, both of y'all, we do know this, that this is how you get your shit right against teams like that, to figure out how you
Yeah,
do play.
yeah,
And so
yeah.
now they'll go into All-Star break like, okay, trying to figure it out.
What about the Dalton Connect in the dude from Charlotte? You got to go
That's
back,
crazy.
Hey, you see how he was looking on the bench? He was like,
man. Man, come
they
on,
don't even
man.
want me, man. They don't want me. But listen,
Neither
though,
one of them. What's his
can I
name?
add?
I think you see what they said. Somebody's limbs are too long or something that messes with his body. That's why his body ain't good. Like he'll be hurt a lot. The dude from
His limbs are too long.
Yeah, Mark Williams. Mark
something.
Williams.
I don't know
Yeah,
what they
because
said.
he has a standing 9'4" reach. So
9'9".
Nine, okay, 9'9". That's almost touching the rim. Okay,
Mhm.
but you got all that arm length, and you average 1 block for a career and 0.7 steals. I thought that, and all they could say is he's a lob threat. I mean, that ain't moving the needle for that team.
Yeah, but I
No,
think Charlotte knew he was hurt. They tried to get off him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they were just like,
Yeah, but
man.
but even when I saw the trade, why would you give up Connect with that length, that size that he can shoot it for him, for Williams, and he'd even done none since he been in the league.
But they ain't got no bigs.
He been averaging
What
double
shit he
double.
gonna get?
He been averaging double doubles. He been averaging double doubles. Like if you look at, I looked up his stats because I wanted to see what he was doing, and I want to say like the last month or something, he would give you like 15 and 12. You know what I'm saying? But I was looking at,
all right.
I'm looking at the other things, right? 15 and 12. He playing on a team like Charlotte. You know, the shots are going up. He's, it's different playing in Charlotte than playing in LA. My main focus was he's got the size, but he doesn't block shots. And he does. I mean, if you don't block shots, then you should get some steals, right? If you got long ass arms, it should be something that you're doing that moves the needle on the back end. All they kept saying was he's a lob threat. He's a lob threat. And I haven't watched enough of him to say what he does. I just looked at stats, so I'm ignorant to watching him play the game. I haven't watched him play.
Yeah,
but his stats,
Charlotte was trying to get over. That's what Charlotte was trying to do.
They probably was. But look, if you, Mike, if you had a reach of, I'll just say this: we ain't gonna say 9'9". Just if you had an 8-foot wingspan, right, or 8-foot reach, you gonna get you some block shots. I know Derek White getting block shots and some steals. You damn right you are. Just because you got the long arms and you're gonna be able to anticipate. And when I seen that, I was like, I don't know how much that's gonna help the Lakers as far as Dalton Connect being gonna hurt them a little bit more to space the floor because they're gonna need more shooting, not guys putting pressure on the rim.
Yeah. You know, back to Dallas, the injury is unfortunate, especially now because Lively and Gafford are out. But I still believe when it's all said and done, they're going to have a better postseason than the Lakers. Agree, disagree? What y'all think?
I agree with that. Now, let me ask you guys this. Are you guys seeing the shift in the NBA right now?
In regards to the players having power?
Is going into the double big again. Now you having double bigs. You got the big guy that could put pressure in the dunker spot. You got a big that could stretch the floor. It's going double big. And before it was like, oh, it's just positionless basketball. We could just switch all over the place and this, that, and the other. They're going double big where, you got two bigs that are out there. You need size to win the game. Like, I mean,
Kings did it last night.
Valanciunas, everybody's doing
Sabonis was out there.
What do you think they're going to do in New York? They're going to have Karl Anthony Towns. When Mitchell Robinson come back, it's double big. What they going to do in Dallas? They're going to have Anthony Davis. They're going to have Gafford. And they're going to have Lively. What are they doing out here? They're going to have Al Horford. They're going to have Porzingis. What are they doing in OKC? They're going to have Chet Holmgren, and they're going to have Hardenstein, right? They're going to double big. Double big is like the movement that's happening right now. And if people ain't watching the NBA and ain't really paying attention, this is the new wave, the new movement that's happening right now. Is slowly happening. It's not like something that's happening overnight, but it's the teams that are at the top, the teams that are winning, they're going double big. And that's the whole reason. Imagine this is the whole reason why they were trying to go get Mark Williams. They will have Jackson Hayes out there and Mark Williams out there. They got double bigs. They put a guy in the dunker spot. They'll have a guy that pick and pop, and that's how they're going to play. That's how the game is starting to transition.
Why do you think that?
I think because rebounds are kings. No rebounds, no rings.
I agree. Yep.
You know what I mean? You got to be able to control the glass.
Yeah. Why you think, Mike?
About what? The Dallas?
No. The double bigs.
I liked it last night. I think Doug tried it. Last night for a little bit. Valanciunas fouled out earlier, but that kind of brought them back into the game. And like I said, like Eddie said, I didn't really see it from any other teams, but when they did that, they never really planned for it. For Doug just to try, let me see if it works. And it worked. It worked good. They had a big win last night. So they won by 1 point. I mean, it was I think it was a big win for them.
Oh, so, speaking
Yeah.
about that, how you think about that trade? Fox.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I mean, I think it puts Sacramento in a tough position because now they have Monk playing the one, and Monk's
Hmm.
not a one. Monk can make plays, like he's able to make plays and get assists because of how his offensive game is, because he's such a threat to score offensively. But when you make him a true point guard, his aggressiveness, I think, has went down. The few games that I've seen, his aggressiveness has went down as far as when he come in off the. I liked him off the bench. You know what I mean? Eddie, you got Ty. You guys know, six man. You need somebody that's going to come off the bench, bring the same
Yeah.
energy when your starters aren't coming. But I mean, put him in the starting lineup. His numbers have improved. The wins kind of up and down still, but putting him and making him a pure point guard, I think it might hurt. I might think it might hurt him. You know what I mean? Because he's used to coming off, and now I could get up 20 shots coming off the bench. Now my passes are going to be there.
So I got a question for both of y'all, and both of you guys can answer this. So when you have a player like that, right? And Mike, you've coached. Ty, you're coaching right now with the Vegas Aces, and you've coached, Team USA. You've been coaching all over the place. And so if you have a player like that, right? He's a certified bucket getter. So why do you try? This is my thought on a player like that. Why would I try to make him be something that he's not? I'm going to continue to let him be him. And that's how he has been successful. That's how he's been successful for our team. And Sabonis is more of a facilitator. So you could kind of play through Sabonis, kind of like how Denver does with Jokic. You know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't they make that move instead and still be successful?
Yeah. I think first of all, I think they will eventually. I think right now with the trade just happening, they're trying to like get some type of good basketball. But make no mistake about it, he's a scorer first.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
Like as much success as Mike had in the league, because people was afraid of him, his ability to score. Now Malik isn't as comfortable playing that position, but I do think that will come in time. Like we just picked up Jewel Lloyd. Can she play point guard? Yeah, she got a good enough handle. But make no mistake about it, she is a bucket getter. And if we put her in pick and rolls, that's what we are expecting her to go get a bucket. And because of that, the easier reads will happen. And so if Malik just try to do him, he'll be just fine. But if he coming off screens trying to make the right read and the right pass, nah, bro, you go score and the right read will present itself.
But that's what makes him him. He was such an offensive threat that
Yeah.
those are why those passes are open. So now when, like you said, Ty, I think he's coming off pick and roll, trying to be a real point guard as far as like, okay,
Yep.
I'm gonna do the pocket pass, or I'm gonna come here and kick to the
Yep.
corner. And he's just that's the reason why those passes are open, because he's such a good scorer.
So Mike,
Yep.
I
look,
think he needs to get back to scoring.
you've been watching that. Yeah, he does. That's what he. So you've been watching. I haven't seen a Kings game lately after the trade. So you've watched it. Is he coming off? Do you think that he's like predetermining? As opposed
I
to
think
coming off like I'm about to go get some money, and
no,
or
he's
coming
playing
off
like he's a
like
point guard. He's
maybe
playing
I'm
like
about
he's a
to.
point guard. Because
Yeah.
last
Okay.
night he ended up with like 17, but he had about 8 to 10 in the fourth. You know what I mean? He went on a streak to where it was like he hit like 6, 8 in a row. And now, you know what I mean, he comes with a slam, he comes in and gets a jumper. So he wasn't looking for his shot like he was. It looks like a different player to me, as far
Mm,
as when he'd come in and Fox would be the one and he'd be the two. Kind of like how it was when me and Bobby played. You know, Bobby gonna shoot the thing. You know
right.
what I mean? My thing was to get Bobby the ball and come off and make plays for people. So I think it's gonna hurt his game as far as how he used to be. And he's always gonna be a dog. That's just the way he is. But now his mindset is, okay, I got to try to get these guys some open passes or some open shots.
You know what, Mike? To Eddie's point earlier, I love Sabonis being that facilitator.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Just because you're on the stat sheet as a point guard, as a PG, doesn't mean you're really that PG. Right? They
Right.
can play that position by committee. right? And Sabonis is an elite passer for a big. And then when that third sub come in, maybe it's Keyon Ellis at that point, and then Malik goes to that
To the two.
that shooting guard position. So I think Malik just has to commit to being him first and foremost, and then everything else will take care of itself.
Hey,
Yeah.
you want to know what else though? On top of that, while you were saying that, and when I was talking about Sabonis being the kind of the facilitator, what does that also
Yeah,
do? That takes a big away from the basket. Now the shot blocker's not there.
yeah,
Now if you got double big, okay, there's a guy in the dunker spot, and that could be Valanciunas. Now when he makes that play, somebody attacks. It's going to be a decision that big has to make. Does he give up that lob? Does he give up that drop pass for the dunk, or does he stay with the big, try to box him out, and give up the layup or the floater or the pull up jumper? So you could put guys in a lot of bad situations when you have a big that stretches the floor, that's capable
yep,
to shoot the three, capable to put it on the deck, but also a really, 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 really good passer. It could put a lot of pressure on defenses and how they have to guard you. So I think that if Sacramento kind of lean into that instead of Malik like trying to, and like I said, I haven't watched it, so I'm going off of what you said, Mike. Of instead of him, just be himself. You know what I mean? Just be himself, and then Sabonis is still being himself at the same time. You know. But hey, I'll ask you about another trade though. How y'all feel about that Jimmy Butler trade?
I mean, from the looks of it, I mean, I think it gives Steph a little pressure release as far as another star that could score baskets. Because I mean, he was getting Jimmy a lot of easy baskets in the game. Like he was coming up, Jimmy was having layups because Steph caused so much attention. But like you said, I got to see more. I got to see a little bit more games of them playing together to kind of see how that one's going to turn out. But it looked okay the first night.
What about you, Ty?
yeah. I really don't. I mean, Golden State really don't move the needle. Obviously, we're all big Steph Curry fans, but I think they need so much more to compete in the West. I'm more excited about about Kyle Kuzma going to Milwaukee. I thought that was a phenomenal trade that's not getting that much light. Like Chris Middleton was phenomenal dude, but I think his season was over there. But to bring in Kyle Kuzma, who can stretch the floor, who's a little bit a lot more young than Chris Middleton, I think that was a hell of a trade.
Oh, you know what? I'm kind of indifferent to that trade just for this reason. I don't know if Kyle Kuzma's a winner. I know he won a championship in LA,
Right,
but he's been
right,
on some dog shit teams, and you could create losing habits and get used to losing on dog shit teams
yeah,
and forget how to win. You know what I
But
mean?
yeah,
he kind of looked like that when he was in LA too. Like he didn't really
That's what I'm
give two
saying.
shits.
That's what I'm saying. So he won that. He won a championship. That's why I started with that. He won a championship, but I'm not sure if he's a winning player. And that's not it. Do I think he's a good player? I think he's a good player. I think he could hoop. Any player in the league, I'm not talking bad about nobody that go in the league. It's hard enough to just get in that motherfucker. But to get in that
right,
motherfucker,
right.
start and hang around and be there for multiple years, and he has a championship. But I'm not sure in that situation. I need to. I must sit back and watch that as well because that is intriguing. But right now, I'm indifferent to that trade. And back to the trade about Jimmy Butler on top of what you said, Mike, about him being another player that could, kind of take pressure off of Steph, I think he's also a different type of player than Steph. So how he plays is totally different than Steph. So how he's going to get his buckets, imagine, not imagine, but think about it. He plays off 2 feet all the time. He gets into the paint, plays off 2 feet. With Steph, if they're able to stretch the floor, he's gonna have a lot of one-on-one opportunities. When he gets into that paint,
Yeah,
he comes to the 2 feet. He could reverse pivot. He could step through. He could pump fake. He could make passes, or he could take the shot. Whatever he wants to do. And to me, I like that trade. I'm not sure how far they're gonna go. It's still the honeymoon period, so it's always good at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? And we'll see when, the dust settles and when the rubber really hits the road, how they're going to all respond together. How is him and his personality and Dre? I think they'll be fine, but I'm just not sure what they really can do in a tough Eastern Conference. From the last couple games though, they've been playing really, really, really good basketball between those two guys, and it looks like it's meshing right now.
Fox
Yeah.
with Wemby. See, like even
Ooh,
like
yeah.
with Fox with Wemby, like you still have now you put Fox at the 2 guard. You got Chris Paul start. So now it's a different role for Fox. He isn't the point guard like he was with Monk, and now he got to make do plays for everybody else. Now Chris Paul could kind of do that for him and Wemby. I think they both had 30 the other night.
They did.
But I mean, I think San Antonio. I don't know how far they're going to go, how far it's going to take them. But I like Fox going over there with some of those young guys in Castle and Wemby, and even playing with Chris Paul. Chris Paul is going to bring the best out of him too, and get the ball where he needs to get the ball to be good at.
They ain't got enough over there, San Antonio right now. I think they're young, and they're gonna struggle. They're gonna have to get hit upside the head of a year. But I think if Chris Paul is able to mentor Fox a little bit, just give him some game, not be the bitter old dude like, man, he about to come in and take my spot type shit. If he's there to really like give him game and say, hey man, this is what I be seeing, because Chris Paul is one of the best point guards to ever play this game. We all know that.
Yeah.
And so if he could tell, Fox, like, I mean, because Fox is already good at what he does. Mm-hmm. But to get extra game, you can't have, you can't get enough game. You know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody giving you some advice, you take it. Now, sometimes you might get some advice you like, that ain't news I could use, but that is news I could use. You know what I mean? So if it's something that you could use, and I think sometimes he could drop some gems to him. If he listened to that, I think next year they got to add a couple more pieces though. I don't know what their cap space look like, but if they could add a couple more pieces with Fox and Wemby, I'm talking about that could be a formidable team in the West. And I think that they're actually eyeing OKC. I don't think they're looking at nobody else. If I wouldn't, if I was running the Spurs, I'm looking at OKC. This is who we got to go through. OKC for the next years. You know what I'm saying? 6-7 years. This is who we got to go through, and we're starting. This is our foundation, and we got to add those pieces. It'll be veteran, I think, pieces that come in, but then it'll also be, some young players that you might draft. Like, I'll say this is another good damn trade that everybody ain't talking about is that DeAndre Hunter trade. That shit was big.
Just thinking that.
That was big time right there,
man.
That was big time. And the reason why they did that, they trying to gear up for the Celtics. They know that Donovan Mitchell can score. Garland could score. They got the two bigs, but they don't really have wing defenders. DeAndre Hunter is a wing defender, and he could hit the three. He could score the basketball. They're trying to gear up and say, hey, look, we're going to make this push. We want to get that number 1 seed. This is how we could do it.
Yeah.
I still don't think they have enough to do it, but at the same time, they looking damn good.
I think they look.
Are you biased?
Too. Huh?
A little bit. Are you biased a little bit?
He's very.
No,
very.
No, but I am biased. Yeah. I am biased. Of course I am.
All right. Well, at least you're honest.
Of course I work for them. You know what I mean? Of course I am.
Yeah, right on. Yeah.
So are you biased for the Aces?
Yeah, for sure.
Mike, are you biased for the Kings?
I mean, I'm biased for them. I'm biased for the Hawks. I'm biased for teams that I play for.
Thank you.
Yeah. Don't get your feathers all ruffled up, bro.
It's not fair game. Fair game.
So tell me this, Mike. The KD rumors. Is there any talk in Phoenix? Like, I thought that was super whack, to say the least, that KD's name came up in trade talk.
I mean, I think it is too. I mean, even like it's a business, so they don't really have to tell you anyway what's going on. But to put him on a trading block, he's one of the top 5 players, I think, in the game. Right. I think he's one of the best players to ever play. But even like, what kind of has me messed up is how they're treating Beal. You know what I mean? I think I love Beal. I love his game. I called and told him, like, bro, you're a superstar. You know what I mean? Like they're acting like you can't play no more. They're acting like you do this, put you on the bench to start who?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, come on, like he ain't the problem why they losing.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
They don't got enough.
That's what I'm saying. But what makes you take Beal and put him on the bench?
You know what? You know how I looked at it? I looked at it in a different light than that. As much of a star he was or is and played and, max contracts in Washington and things like that, never really been on winning teams. You know what I'm saying? Never been when he was the guy. So if you are the guy and you get asked to come off the bench, I'll put it to it like this. He's like a Jamal Crawford. I'd much rather have him playing against the twos, the second unit, than playing the one because I know he's going to kill them, even though he could kill the ones.
That's disrespectful.
It's not disrespectful, bro. When you where's his shots going to come? You got to try to manage those shots.
So look what I'm saying. So you know what I always
Who
tell
people.
Shots
in front of Mike?
But I'm saying what it's hard. It's hard to be a number one option and then go to a different team and be the third.
Yeah, that's mental. That's mental.
But it's kind of like the Olympics. You get guys out there that used to scoring 20, 30, 35 points, and now you're getting 8 shots a game. Beal's kind of in the same place as the guys on the Olympic team. You know what I mean? As far as, now I ain't getting 29, 35 shots no more. I'm getting 11. I'm getting 9 some nights.
That's what
10.
I'm trying to. That was my point. Where is he gonna get those opportunities when he got Book and he got KD over there? And as far I got a hot take for y'all,
unit, right?
But you still start him. I mean, you got the whole game. You could do that the whole game. So now maybe you take Book and KD out first, or you take Book out. Now it's just KD and Beal. You can't put him on the bench, bro.
But they all play very like style type game. You know what I'm saying? They all off the dribble, catch, pick and roll. Nobody is like they don't play different. So it's hard to mesh all of that and make that work. And that's what is Budenholzer over there, right? That's what Coach Bud got to figure out how to make that come together. I got a take though. They were talking about trading KD, right? And all that shit. I would not be surprised if KD ends back up in OKC. You heard it here first. I would not be surprised if he goes back to OKC, teams up with SGA. SGA is the guy there already. He slides in. He doesn't even like to be the main guy anyway. KD does, even though he's that nigga. You know what I'm saying? He's that motherfucker. He doesn't like to be. He likes to just chill and hoop. He don't like all the other stuff. And I would not be surprised to see him go back. And the one thing about it is, I don't know what his contract situation is. If he's up next year, if he could re-sign, or does he have more years? I don't know that. So, but I do know this, that if he is, he could go wherever he wants, obviously. But if he's not and he's under contract, OKC has all of the resources. They have all of the assets, whether it be draft picks, whether it be young players that they can move off of to get KD back there. And KD will be a player matched with SGA. They might ask for Jalen Williams, and I wouldn't get off of Jalen Williams. The other Jalen Williams, I would get off of. The other Jalen Williams.
From Arkansas.
Yeah, I would get off of him, and some picks. But the Jalen Williams that's an All-Star this year, I wouldn't get off him. They're probably going to ask for him. But if you compare them three together, they might ask for Chet. I don't know if I would move.
Hell no.
I don't know though.
See, but you give it. They ain't gonna go. They gonna take him for no draft picks. I don't think.
That's what I'm saying. So you're gonna have to put Chet in there to make a Jalen Williams, Chet, and a draft pick, and then you get KD. You still got Hardenstein, and you still got other guys down there that you get some answer.
What are they? Players. Are they one right now? Are they one in the West? Right?
Yeah, they're number one.
Why would you change that? Why would you change that?
Yeah.
There's no point to change that.
You gonna give away change it. And the one thing about Sam Preston, he not gonna get up off those draft picks for a 35-year-old player.
I'm not saying I would change it right now. I'm saying after the season, you don't win the championship. You're looking to win a championship. And you telling me right now that if Kevin Durant is available for you to come to your team and you could get SGA, You could keep Jalen Williams. You have Kevin Durant. You got Hartenstein. You have other. Why wouldn't you make that move?
But you assuming they can't win a championship with the roster they have now.
Oh, they're
I
not
think
going to win
they
this
can.
year. Shit, you crazy.
Why
Eddie
not?
said it's because the Celtics going to win, Eddie said.
Oh, yeah,
That's
my
what
bad,
I
my
said.
bad, my bad. No,
That's what I said. That's what I'm standing
Yo,
on that. I'm
the
standing on
Celtics
that.
coming.
We the best team in the league. We the best team in it. I
I
don't
don't
care
see
about
that.
record. I don't care about record. I know you don't see it. You need to get some glasses, just
I
like
don't see
me.
that.
You know what I mean? Get your vision together. Hey, so what I'm saying is that I believe that we're gonna win this shit again. And we've been winning games without two of our starters. Well, we just blew out the Knicks without Drew Holiday and Porzingis. Two of our starters didn't even play. And we beat the brakes off the Knicks. The Knicks was one game behind us. This was one of them games. Madison Square Garden. Guess what happened? Jason Tatum, 40 points. Jason Tatum, I don't understand. I don't know if because you guys probably don't watch it like I watch, because I watch every game because I'm working it. He's becoming he's a different monster, right? I seen something yesterday.
He's tough. He's
No, I
tough.
seen something yesterday, Mike. I ain't never seen from him before. I never
What's that?
seen this shit before.
Defense?
No, they always play defense. We play defense. We always
don't.
we're top 5 defense every single year. What are you talking about?
Okay, my bad, bro.
Yeah, we
my
top
bad,
5.
bro.
We
I'm
number
really
3.
sorry.
We number 3 defense
My
right
bad,
now.
bro. We're
Yeah.
talking about Jason Tatum, bro.
I know.
I'm not talking about the
He
Celtics.
play he do play defense, but you got to watch it. But
Sometimes, okay, go ahead.
I seen him say this. He got an and one. He was like, he yelled and he said, "What the fuck wrong with these niggas?" I ain't never seen him do that before, right?
It's all the disrespect he getting.
And that's what I'm saying. So I'm seeing a different fucking animal from it. Like yesterday, we blew the brakes off of Miami. Jaylen Brown didn't play. You know what I'm saying? Jason Tatum had another 30-point game after coming off of 40 against the Knicks, showing up in New York, blowing them out. I've never seen him show that type of emotion. For the most part, he like been stoic, calm. But yesterday's game was the first time in Miami where I seen him like really like flex and be like, "Ooh, that's a ooh." And I started hollering. I was like, that's who the fuck I want to see right there. That's the Jason Tatum I want to see. Because he's so talented. He's 6'10", if y'all didn't know that. He's 6'10", he can handle the ball, he can shoot the three, he can finish at the rim, 3-level score.
He could play. We ain't saying he can't.
No, I know
we
that,
know he
but
can play.
I'm just saying, like, that was the first time I seen that part. You know what I mean? And so
that puts you over the edge. Him doing that. That put you over the
that
top.
made me feel good about him, like where he's at with where he feels where he's at. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't act like
who do you think
act like that if you don't
compete
feel like
against
you the
y'all?
motherfucker. I'm saying you don't act like that if you don't feel like you the motherfucker.
Yeah.
Who do you think in the East that can compete against you guys?
Nobody.
Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Take your Boston hat off.
Hold on. Give
your
me 1
Boston
second.
lanyard
Give me 1 second.
off.
I'm gonna read something off for you. Hold on.
What are you doing?
I'm going to grab something.
Okay.
I'm going to grab something. Okay, because I'm going to grab my ring real quick because they got it edged in here. You see that in there? They got all of the. So let me see how'd it go. Let me see. Where is it at? Okay, against
Say, man.
it was 4.
How you take your glasses off to read?
Because these ain't prescription. They be getting in my way. They ain't prescription. So 4-1 against Miami, 4-1 against Cleveland, 4-0 against Indiana, 4-1 against Dallas. It don't
What does
take
that mean?
glasses.
I'm talking about this year.
What? I mean, Cleveland the same
talking
team
about
as
this
last
year.
year. We the same team that we was last year. The same exact team.
And that's going to be y'all problem because y'all think what happened last year and y'all putting y'all head on that.
No,
I think Boston has a good chance of going from the East for sure.
Thank you.
Over Cleveland, Mike.
Yeah, I think
we just beat Cleveland.
I'm not going to say it's going to be a 4-0 stretch, but I think that out of 7 games, I think they could beat Cleveland.
Yeah, in 7 games, I don't think there's a team out there that could beat us in 7 games, and I'm standing on that. I feel like we got the best team. I know you disagree. I know.
I disagree. I got OKC and Cleveland in the finals.
OKC can't even beat Dallas. Do you understand that? OKC done lost 3 times against Dallas this year without Luca on the court, 2 of those games.
I got
So
OKC
how
and
the hell
Cleveland, man.
OKC gonna beat these motherfuckers when they can't even beat Dallas?
Okay, Boston ain't even number 1 in the East, man. Chill out.
I don't, man. What do you mean?
It don't matter. I know. Keep
We
on
number
keep on
2. We're
moving the
number.
goalposts.
No, we're not.
Keep
I'm not
on
moving the
moving the
goalpost. We're number
goalposts.
2. We're number 2 in the East, and we beat last time we played Cleveland. We ran through them.
Y'all won a game, man. Y'all
Okay,
still
so they
number 2.
won
They
games.
still number
No, but we
1.
talking about head to head now. You talking about Boston and Cleveland now. You moving the goalposts, brother. We talking about Boston and Cleveland.
Look, let's change the feature. Let's go. What the All-Star game's coming up. What would y'all change about anything in the All-Star game?
It needs to be incentivized. You know what I mean? It needs to be incentivized.
Yeah.
Like every quarter, everything needs. Who leads in steals? Who you get some money for taking a charge, whatever. I don't want to say take a charge because that could get motherfuckers hurt out there. Ain't nobody taking charge in the All-Star game. I
You think
understand that.
you think money is the incentives that would get them to play, and they make $3 million every 2 weeks?
I would think so. I would think also. I mean, what else would?
You know what I think?
I
I
think-
think they should put it
Go
like
ahead.
baseball. Whoever wins the
What's that?
All-Star game gets home
Hell
court
no.
advantage. Shit, that
I
give them to
love
play.
that. I love that.
No, because
I
think
love
about
that.
this. Think about
I
this.
love that.
No, okay, you
Yep.
love that, but you might only have
Love
one guy on the team, right? Or 2 guys on the number 1 seed. Then you have a guy that they not even got a shot to make the fucking playoffs.
But you're playing
They
for the
just
West,
happy,
though.
But or the West or the East.
It doesn't
They're just
matter.
happy. No, but they're just happy to be in the All-Star game. So they don't really. They know their team ain't winning. So they don't
Okay.
give. They just out
But
there
that guy
having
won't
fun.
play that much, Eddie. They got that guy
You
you're
can't say
talking
that.
about won't even play that much, and when everybody else is playing hard, so will. I mean, I think that's a perfect scenario, bro.
Hell no, that's bogus. I'm gonna tell you why it's bogus, and it's bogus for baseball for this reason. Because baseball, they play 162 games, all right? And you bust your ass to win 90-something games as a team, and because the All-Stars lost that shit, you don't got home field advantage? That's bullshit to me. You work all season to get home field advantage.
So you'd
So
rather
that's-
watch
No, I don't
them
wanna
do
watch
a
that bullshit
layup
either,
line
Mike.
dunk contest?
No, I
So
don't want to watch that.
what would you change about that?
I would just try to incentivize it. Somehow incentivize every little
They're making
thing that you
$60
could
million
do.
a year, Eddie.
Yeah, well,
$1 million.
It's okay. Whatever it is. I mean, all money. I mean, shit. All money is
Nah.
good money. All money is good
Yeah, for
money.
us.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, shit for them too. Shit, when you was making your money,
Eddie,
I was making my money.
yeah,
That shit still was good coming in. I don't care how it was
Yeah,
coming in.
but it
Where that
still was like
Verizon
$1
deal was
million.
coming in,
Yeah.
that Reebok deal.
Yeah, but still you're looking at like $1 million. They're making 60, Eddie.
So what I don't like that version of it of like how they do in baseball, because I think it's unfair for the team that has a great regular season, and that's what you do the regular season for, to have home court home field advantage, right? So I think that's the reason why I don't like it. I
But
don't
they
know what
changed the
else.
rules though.
I
So
don't
like
know what
even
else you could do.
now there's 10 teams instead of 8. So now who was the last team that when the Miami made the finals, they were number 10 seed.
Yeah,
Is that fair?
Well, yeah, they won.
They shouldn't have been in it.
But they ran through. I know,
Yeah.
but that's the rules right now, though. It's just like NFL, right?
Exactly.
The NFL.
So make the All-Star rule.
No, but
Yeah.
NFL, just like the NFL. The NFL used to only be a certain amount of teams. Now it's more teams that make the playoffs, right? So it's the same thing. You don't kill the Chiefs for going 15-1 and say, you know what? Whoever won, if for example, just for the sake of this argument, they had a All-Star game in the middle of the season and the NFC won it and they lose home field advantage, but they went 15-1. You like, what the fuck did I do all
It's
this
different.
for?
It's different. It's a one game.
different. Yeah.
Football is one game, so you got to get that home field advantage. But the Pro Bowl's a joke anyway. They play
But
flag
listen,
football. It's not real foot. They don't play
all-
flag football out there anyway.
Why do we want home court advantage? Just in case it goes to a what?
Game 7.
And that's a one game, right? After a series. Game 7, you want to have on your home court. And you start the first 2 on your home court to where you could go up 2-0 if you take care of business.
If you're about it, then you won't go 7. If your team is
Man.
really about it.
Yeah, well, I mean,
so that's why you saying so you saying Boston only win if they have home court?
We went to 7 games with y'all. We was really about it though. We went 7 games with y'all. We went 7 games with Cleveland. We went 6 with Detroit. Then we went 6 with the Lakers to win the shit.
Yeah.
But we was really about it. But we went 7 games, and we had to have those. We didn't win 1 game on the road in the first 2 series. We lost both games on the road to you guys in Atlanta. Then we lost game 6 in Atlanta to you guys. We lost game 3 and 4 in Cleveland, and we lost game 6 in Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? So if we didn't have home court advantage because of the All-Star game, maybe we don't. Maybe it's a different story. Man, I don't have this ring. Maybe we don't win. We was gonna win anyway. We had dog ass. We had some niggas on our squad, so we wasn't gonna lose. But it didn't matter. You want to have home court advantage in Game 7, so that's why I don't like. I don't know what to do. I think it. You know what? At the end of the day, I think it goes to the guys, to the players, taking pride in saying like, "Hey, man, it's us against y'all and fuck y'all," like how it used to be back in the day. The East didn't like the West. You know what I mean? And they competed, and it was about the players. It had nothing to do with nothing else.
So there is no solution, basically.
That's what it sounds like, huh?
They gonna just cakewalk through the All-Star party, kick it, and then go back to their teams. I want to hear y'all opinion or thoughts on Joel Embiid possibly needing another surgery. Joel is hurt. Paul is hurt. What are y'all thoughts on that?
That's crazy because I just saw a stat the other day. 416 games played, 400 missed. And they ran down his contract for 23 I think he set to like 29, I think, too, and make like up to $60-70 million too.
Golly.
So for that to, I mean, you can't blame the players for that, but I mean, like,
somebody got to be blamed. I don't know
Upper
who.
management. Yeah. Upper management. But
they have to give the money. The money, they have to spend the money.
They do have to spend the money, but he came into the league hurt, didn't he?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When he came into the league, he was hurt. And that's what, it's like when they say if you limp into the playoffs, you usually limp out the playoffs, right? You don't, if you come into a season hurt, you usually finish the season hurt. And so he came into his career injured. So they knew that. Phenomenal talent. And I feel bad for him because when he's out there healthy, he could ball. I think he shouldn't have went to the Olympics, to be honest with you. He was dragging his knee around.
He went there hurt, huh?
No, I don't think he went there hurt. I think it was all season long he was hurt with his knee. He was fucked up, and then he finally got better at the end of the season. He took off some time at the end, and then he ends up going to the Olympics. I think he should have just took all that time out to get as healthy as possible. But I'm not him. He is him, and he did what he did. I think it's unfortunate for that to happen. And I think we spoke about it on one of our podcasts, one of our earlier episodes. They need to hand it over to Maxey, bro.
Yeah,
this is Maxey's team.
It's time to start over, I think, for them.
Yeah, it's Maxey's team.
You know what? I don't understand, and maybe you guys can talk about it for the listeners and viewers. If a team knows all the bad habits of the player, and they still pay him all that money, why do they think they're gonna magically start doing what's right? Like Joel's bad habits, we all heard about it. We don't know if it's true allegedly, let me say that. But it shows on the court. It shows how he has all these injuries. He's not losing weight. He's not doing X, Y, and Z. Why do that still happen?
I don't know, but
it's not a situation to where like, I gotta bust my ass right now to try to get this contract. They're giving the money away. And even like the lower end guys are getting a lot of money too. So it kind of takes the fight out of you and be like, well, shit, I got enough money. People did it even when we played, Eddie, to where it's like, okay, I got my contract. I'm going to chill till the next contract. Then next year, you see a lot of people have great years when it's their contract year. You know what I mean? It's kind of like they lose the fight. They lose the hungriness in it in playing the game. But I mean, it's either in you or it's not, I think.
So do you think
What you
that's
think,
why
Eddie?
Dallas? Do you think that's why Dallas didn't?
Yep.
You know what I
Yep.
mean? They didn't want to give him that super max.
Dallas and Miami.
They
Dallas
didn't
and
want to.
Miami.
Well,
Did
I
you see
think
what the owner said? You see what the owner said? He said, when I was growing up, there were players like Michael Jordan, and he named off a few other players. Like when they wanted to win, that that you could know that they were going to come in and play hard. It had to be a shot at Luca.
right. I mean, because
Yep.
he lost 100 million plus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he could have signed a super
Yep.
max by him getting traded. And I think that this is the other thing that's finna happen, man. The way that these players are going about it, they're gonna fuck up all the shit that everybody that came before set up for them to make these lucrative contracts and have it like this because I don't want to say they feel entitled, and it might be because of AAU basketball, the way they get coddled when they're young and everybody looks out for them and shit like that. I don't know what it really is, but it was a badge of honor to try to play 82 games. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want to play as many games as we can. And then, you can sit out games that when the shit is over with, you got seating locked up and everything like that. Then you could take a seat because you handled your business and you're getting ready for the playoffs. But I look at it like this next CBA is going to be a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? This next CBA is going to be a motherfucker. These owners is going to be pushing a hard line. I know we making more and more money, but I think the contracts are going to get shorter, and I think the contracts are going to get non-guaranteed to where they could kind of put it into a football context. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think the Players Association is going to let that happen, bro.
It's going to be a lockout.
Yeah, it might have to be. I can't see the Players Association saying, okay, non-guaranteed contracts, because that's going to
They already kind of got them right now.
But like for the like for everybody.
Oh no, not for everybody. It's
that's
certain,
for people that
players.
for people that really ain't gonna make it. They got them probably for, but a lot of them agents are gonna go for that shit to where, hey, you know what? I'll give them 1.5 years, and the other 1.5 will give it. Nah, they ain't going for that shit. There'll probably definitely be a lockout, but they're having a new TV deal, so there's gonna be more money. There's gonna be more money anyway.
Yeah, it's happening right now.
Why change it now? You're not going to
because of what's going on.
I know, but you're not
going to change it.
But you get in the habits as you're a player like that. It's been everything's habitual to where this has been happening for how many years now? 10 years or whatever.
10 years.
Yeah. So it's habitual. They're not going to be able just to change the NBA and be like, well, this is going to change it to this. That they ain't going for that, man. I'm telling you.
But you just said the last 10 years. But what about the previous 10 years? You know what I'm saying? So you're right. It is habitual, but they can start the process of changing. Otherwise, the game is being diluted, man. Like,
I don't know if the game is diluted.
We are not excited about the All-Star weekend. We're definitely not excited about the dunk contest. And like the games, most fans are like, nah, when big trades happen, cool. But most fans like, man, I'm gonna just wait till the playoffs start because that's when the real basketball begins. Like, that's a jacked up feeling for people like us who grew up idolizing these players, and these players were giving us so much hope. But it's just bull crap right now.
Did you see what happened in Dallas? You see the people that bought the Dallas Mavericks, right? They own a casino, right?
Yeah.
So people are trying to say now that they want to try to put a casino or add a casino to the arena.
Damn.
And so now I don't think that the state of Texas will let them do that. So nope. I think they're trying to, they said, lose the fan base, lose games to where now they can show, hey, I'm losing money here. We need to move. We need to go to Las Vegas because the owners own casinos in Vegas.
Yep, casinos in Vegas, overseas, everywhere.
But
that's what happened in Vancouver. Like, if you could show that you're losing money and you're losing fan base and stuff, the NBA will let you move, bro.
Yeah, I know that for sure. It's all about the money, but Dallas is one of them. That's a staple of a team, just like Seattle. Like, they trying to get Seattle back. Seattle was one of the great cities and a great fan base as well.
But you see how many people took their season tickets off? There was a lot of people that took the season off for Dallas.
They didn't like that Luca trade, man.
Yeah,
that's the whole thing. They wasn't feeling that Luca trade. That's what it was.
Who knows if they're sabotaging it or what? You know what I mean?
Facts, man. I'll tell y'all what, man. One thing for sure, two things for certain. I'm excited. I want to see what this All-Star game is going to be like. If they're going, because don't they have 4 different teams, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got 4
I
different
guess.
teams. And Shaq and Candace was talking shit on TNT. They was talking shit back and forth. They made a bet and everything. So I
That
want
ain't
to
gonna
see.
change. That ain't gonna change nothing.
I want to see what it's gonna do.
They ain't playing.
No, they not playing. They not playing.
And Candace
But
don't got Shaq money.
oh shit, Candace, she got
She
enough money.
legit.
She about to buy. Buying. I ain't in nobody's pockets, but I read it on the bottom line. They trying to get an expansion hockey team. Her, Peyton Manning. So yeah,
In what
Where
city?
at?
In Nashville, in Tennessee.
Oh,
Yeah, and
all right.
and I think she's the president of Adidas.
Yeah. She got a
Yeah,
little bit. Yo, shout out to the Las Vegas Aces before we get off this podcast. From Asia to Jewel to Jackie to Chelsea. Man, we got a dope squad from Kia Stokes, and we gonna run it back. A lot of fans were mad to see Kelsey Plum leave, and Kelsey did her thing while she was here. Phenomenal young lady, but we did pick up Jewel Lloyd. You know, let's get real about this, man. We put ourselves in position to win again. So I'm super excited, and shout out to the Aces.
yeah. Shout out to the Aces. I wish y'all nothing but the best. Kelsey is actually my favorite WNBA player, man. Uh,
She's tough.
I gained respect for watching when they won the championships, and then last year competing in the playoffs, and then also competing in over in Paris in the Olympics.
Yeah,
True point guard. Makes the right play, hits the open
She's tough
shot,
though.
makes her free
She
throws.
talk
she's
a
a
She
little.
point
tough
guard, though.
She
and
talks a
picks
little
up
bit of
She's
shit
a
too.
bucket getter.
yeah, and she picks up 94 feet. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I appreciate
yeah,
that. Like that's what out of your point guard. If your point guard ain't
yeah,
just a stone cold killer on getting buckets, those are the intangibles that I like to see. And
yeah.
good luck to her moving forward. She
No doubt.
definitely one of my favorite is my favorite player in the W. There's a lot of great players out there. Diana Taurasi used to be my favorite player, but she's not
Yeah.
playing as much no more. But yeah,
Hey, do you
shout
got
out to
somebody holding your screen and moving back and forth to give you close shots and
no.
moving you out?
It's the iPad. The iPad
Oh,
does it if I move.
oh, the
See?
iPad's
And he
moving.
got that big old head, Mike. That
Uh,
big old head be
I know
wobbling.
I got a peanut head. I got a peanut head out here, man.
Oh shit!
Already, man. But say, man, once again, that is straight game episode, man. To my brothers, man, I appreciate y'all, man. Much love and respect. Click it, subscribe, keep on watching this, man. We doing some special things, man. Straight Game Podcast. We out.
Straight game.